famous because of this. Okay, so Michael already introduced me. I'm Ann Jackson. I'm one of the co-leads of your Phoenix Tableau User Group. I am a Tableau Desktop 9 certified professional and a desktop qualified associate. I currently work at Aetna as a senior informatics analyst. Here's all of my sort of web details. I started a blog. It's not very good, but it's out there. You can follow me on Twitter. That's what I would call my social hub. If you feel more comfortable in the professional realm, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I made some fancy business cards with my picture on them over there. Snag one on your way out if you want to connect with me about anything. I have a passion for data. I have a passion for Tableau. They don't pay me to say this, by the way. It just is what it is. So please feel free to connect with me afterwards. So the focus of this talk today is to talk about the Tableau conference. So just show of hands, how many of you guys are going to Austin this year to the conference? Okay. I think that was like 8, so I'm going to call it 10, which I think is about half of you guys, so that's awesome. I'm going to give you the lowdown of what you can expect if you're attending in person. I guess my follow-up question is, for those of you going, how many is it your first time? Okay, that's like pretty much all of us except for, I don't know, Michael, you didn't raise your hand. Who else has gone more than once? I think that, Renee, okay. Perfect, so for those of you that are attending in person, this is gonna be kind of a lowdown of what you can expect. So here's the week at a glance, kind of color-coded these to make it easy for you. The heart of the conference is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Things get started on Monday and there's sort of wrap up on Friday. Starting on Monday, there's the welcome reception. There are meetups. I'll talk about those a little bit more in detail. There's pre-conference training workshops, certification exams. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's, again, like I said, that's the heart of it. That's when you're going to have your breakout sessions, your hands-on training sessions. That's when the keynotes are. That's when the first keynote is. On Wednesday, that's probably the heaviest day. Not only are there keynote sessions and breakout sessions and hands-on training, but there's also Data Night Out, which is where I guess you could consider it like a customer appreciation event that Tableau gives for its customers. So you'll go out, you'll have fun. If you follow people in the Tableau community, you'll see them with like those little word bubbles that talk about how cool they are with data. That's probably the opportunity you'll have to get your picture taken there. And then Iron Viz, that's going to be happening on Wednesday. Thursday, more of the same. Breakout sessions, hands-on training, Tableau Doctor, closing keynote done by Bill Nye. It wraps up at about 3 o'clock. As Michael mentioned, there is a Fanalytics meetup that goes on after that. So by no means do things end at Thursday. If you're trying to get out of Dodge, like I kind of am, you could, sneak away Thursday evening, but you could also stay into Friday. All the details in the schedule you can find on this link. After tonight, you can take a picture of this if you want, but honestly, I'm going to throw it up on my LinkedIn, I'll throw it on my Twitter, I'll throw it anywhere on the web so you can go find it after this. The types of sessions. So keynote, that's pretty obvious. There's one that's on Tableau's vision. I think that they're probably going to give you kind of like a roadmap of the future and kind of what's been going on. One that I'm really excited about is developers on stage. This is where, all those kind of Tableau developers come out and kind of strut their stuff. Then there's 2 guest speakers. I selfishly think Bill Nye is going to be super interesting, but maybe it's going to be weird, so we'll see. Breakout sessions. For those of you that have gone to kind of, conferences in general, this is what you would typically think of as a breakout session. It's a lessons from the field, lecture style, mostly kind of in a PowerPoint. Maybe you could call this a breakout session right now. It's first come, first serve. They're typically an hour in length. A lot of times they are maybe industry related or track specific, maybe it's server related or solving problems or healthcare or whatever. And then there's also hands-on training. Those are 2-hour classroom style sessions. There's tips and tricks. The key here is you have to pre-register for these in the app. So if you're going, grab the app, start pre-registering. You'll notice in there's different levels. So there's, I think it's beginner, intermediate, advanced, and Jedi. Figure out what level you are and go to those. And I would also say if you're new, don't limit yourself to beginner, intermediate. See what the Jedi looks like. Maybe you can't be a Jedi tomorrow, but at least you know how to walk that path. You can Padawan your way into being a Jedi. And then there's meetups. That's what I would call sort of the social component of it. And when we talk about what I'm interested in doing at the conference, it's these these last two things right here. I want the hands-on training, the Jedi level stuff, and I want to meet people. I want to meet people in our community. I want to meet people in my industry. I want to meet people that are women or people that support data and women, all of that good stuff. Kind of going to mention this, and I will say it again for those of you that aren't coming, that breakout sessions are recorded and are going to be available on demand afterwards, and hands-on training session materials will be available post-conference. So typically if there is like a Jedi workbook, likely it's going to get published to a URL that Tableau has, and that content is freely available afterwards. So it doesn't, you're not limited where you have to buy a ticket and show up and then you can, that's the only way you can see it. You're going to get it either way. So meetups, I kind of said, those are informal gathering by area of interest. Save the faves to your app if you want to go see them. What to expect at TC. So this is a direct rip that I got from some other slides. None of these words are my own, but I legitimately believe them. So these are folks that have done it. It's practical advice, peer guidance, proof, how to put new features to work for the enterprise. And there's a story for you regardless of where you are in your Tableau journey. I know a lot of people are new. I know a lot of people are seasoned. This is a good chance for you to shift your perspective and see what other people are doing. You can learn from others' mistakes. You can see demos. You can pick up best practices. There's going to be battle stories from the field, so real-world situations like scaling Tableau, making the impossible possible. That's cute. And then global deployment strategies. See what other BI leaders are doing and how. So those of you that are here saying you kind of want to break into the industry, maybe this is a good opportunity to see, okay, what does it really look like out there in the real world? You're going to hear from some of the most successful enterprise deployments and learn what technology and solution mix other organizations are using. Okay. And this is one of my favorite slides because I had no idea, but these are the main venues for the conference. So there's 8 of them. This is, I have no idea, it's probably 2 square miles, but there's 15,000 people that are going to be there. There's 8 different venues. The Austin Conference Center, ACC, is sort of the hub, the headquarters. I believe that's where you even register. But there's going to be events all across downtown Austin, mostly in hotels. So as you're thinking about what you want to do, be very mindful of the trek that you're going to have to go on. It's worth your time to pre-plan a lot of this stuff out so you maximize your opportunity. I don't want you to leave, and I don't want to leave with that kind of FOMO mentality where I missed out on something or I showed up to a breakout session late and it was packed and so I had to walk away sad. So really take the time to prep and get ready for this event. Download the app. Kind of within the app you can see here, so you can build your schedule out. This is where you'll go again if you want to get to those hands-on training sessions. I encourage you to do that now. There are some that are filling up. There's not, like I'm going mostly to the Jedi sessions, there's not a lot of them, and they're not repeated very often. So you'll want to make sure that you get the most out of it and really start doing that now. You'll get details on where the event is, who the presenters are, who they're affiliated with. First event I'm going to is the Data Plus Women Meetup, so you can see all the different people that are going to be talking, where it's going to be held, what time, and I'll probably talk about it again, but each one of these has its own unique hashtag right here. Social media is going to be a big thing for this. If you're watching live at home or if you're there in Austin, take the opportunity to use the hashtags. Maybe you're tweeting something and the guy next to you is tweeting something and you make a friend out of the situation. There's also in-app maps, more information. There's this Discover section that kind of talks about like a lot of logistics and what different things mean. The transportation is one that I'm super interested in because I know I'm a little bit off campus, so I'm going to be looking at that and trying to figure out logistically how do I get to where I need to be when I need to be there. Summing it up, top tips from Zen Master. So leave space in your bag for swag. I've heard that you get a lot of t-shirts and cool stuff. Michael, can you attest to that? He's giving a thumbs up. So leave space, pack light, bring business cards. You can kind of go the route that I went, just make a personal business card. A lot of times you're going to be meeting someone on the fly, so being able to pass that business card to them is how you're going to get that instant connection so that they can walk away and remember who you are, and you guys can continue that awesome collaboration and conversation after the conference. Another good tip that I didn't put on here is, get a business card scanning app. So if you're lazy and you want to, get someone's contact details automatically, like OCR'd in, just find a free business card reader app and download it and get it. Dress comfortably, including your shoes. So I say, dress for the person you are, the person you want to be. I think you're going to see a wide variety of dress. You're going to see kind of nerdier dress. You might see people people up in business suits. You are going to be out trekking around Austin all day, so dress for you and dress for Austin in November. Engage in social media, make friends, bring snacks and water and a water bottle. As far as I know, there's snack stations set up and meals are provided, but you may be so busy that you don't get an opportunity to stop and eat. So have some sort of water vessel. Usually they have water jugs out there for you to fill up, and bring a power bar too, so that you don't get hangry and you can't focus on whatever the breakout session happens to be. Carry extra power. So again, because you're going to be tweeting all the time and you're going to be playing in Tableau on your laptop, make sure you have the equipment you need to make it through the day. There are charging stations throughout the conference area, but again, I'm not one to rely on that. You know, have your backpack, bring extra backup power, all that kind of stuff. Plan your sessions ahead. I've said this like 3 or 4 times already. Plan your sessions ahead. Pick some backup sessions. So those breakout sessions, you notice they're first come, first serve. There's one in particular that I want to go to. It's 50 Tableau tips in 50 minutes by one of the Zen masters, Andy Kriebel. I feel like that might be popular and I might not be able to make it in. So knowing that, what is close by that I should go to as a backup so I don't waste that hour where I'm super bummed that I missed out on Andy and instead I'm going to something else that maybe I had no idea and it turned out to be amazing. Step outside of your industry comfort zone. This was a tip from Jonathan Drummey, who's another Zen master in the healthcare community, and I think that this is a great one. If you have business problems, yes, there are some that are unique to your industry, but you can gain a lot of knowledge and insight, and again, shift your perspective by going outside of your comfort zone and seeing what problems other industries have. So if you're financial, if you're educational, if you're healthcare, go see the other ones. A lot of problems that we have that we're trying to solve with data are people problems, and people are universal across a lot of our different service industries. So really take that time to step outside of your comfort zone. All that information's on the app. Figure out what it is that they were trying to accomplish or communicate to you in the breakout session, and then decide if you want to go. Don't be afraid to walk out. If it's not for you, it's not for you. You're paying to be there, or your company is paying to be there. I recognize and I appreciate that that can be perceived as rude, but it's your time, and you need to maximize your time while you're there. And then don't miss the keynotes or Iron Viz. These are the general sessions. The Iron Viz is a great opportunity to see, again, those people that are sort of like the superstars of our Tableau community, understand what they're doing, and really get a sense of togetherness. You're going to be around a lot of people that are similar to you. You're going to feel like you're with your tribe. You know, people are going to connect with you, and this is a great time to hang out with them. All right, if you need more prep material, here's my ugly list of links, which again, don't write this down. You can take a picture, but that'd be kind of frivolous. Just know that there's a lot of resources out there. You can just Google, Tableau conference tips and find these kinds of things. And that's where I culled a lot of my information from. And I will say most of this is really from Jonathan Drummey's Tableau Padawan post. If you're looking for me in particular, and my goal going to the conference is to be present for the Phoenix community. I want to be out there for me, but I also want to be out there for you, virtually and in person. So in terms of the general sessions and meetups, this is tentatively what I have planned. And some of this is kind of what Michael has planned too. I get in on Monday at 2 p.m. There is a Data Plus Women meetup from 3 to 5. That's going to be a rush for me to get there, but I absolutely am going to be there. There's an IT welcome meetup from 3 to 4, so I won't be making that. I'm probably going to go to the welcome reception. I don't know how long I'll stay. I guess it kind of depends on how cool it is, or if you guys are there and maybe we catch a drink. And then all day there's a hackathon going on. You do have to pre-register for this. If you're in on Monday, just sign up for it. It's kind of walk in, walk out. You can see what the crazy hackers are doing and get inspired. Just meet people. You don't have to sit there and hack and be there all day. I think you can just kind of walk in and walk out. On Tuesday, I'm going to be going to the Healthcare and Life and Sciences meetup in the morning. And this meetup, there's typically meetups that are off times from breakout sessions or hands-on training events. You can really go to both. You don't have to sacrifice a breakout session for a meetup. Most of them are at special times. So this meetup, I think, is before conference starts for the day. I'll be going to the keynote at 2:45. I'll be at the Tableau Community Team and User Group Leaders meetup, of course. And then there is the Tableau Devs on Stage from 5 to 6, another keynote. That one, again, I know I already talked about it, but that's one I wouldn't want to miss either. I think when I read on online, Tableau was kind of intentionally not doing a lot on Tuesday because that's election day. So it could be a kind of a heated day. So that's why Data Night Out is on Wednesday. Michael and I are also going to a user group leader appreciation party. So we'll be there as well, promoting our community. Wednesday, another keynote. This is an NPR speaker in the morning. IT approach to Tableau, user group midday, and then Data Night Out. That's when, again, Tableau shows its appreciation for you guys as customers, as you guys as fans. So you'll go, you'll have a lot of fun. Thursday, again, this is where I will be. There's the keynote. There's a lot of sessions, but again, it kind of ends at half day. And I'm heading back to Phoenix in the evening, but by no means does that mean that the conference is over. All right, so for those of you, the other half of the room that can't make it to Austin, you can always join in on the fun virtually, and I highly encourage you to. So there's going to be Tableau Conference Live. The keynotes are all streamed live. There's going to be 11 of the most popular breakout sessions streamed live. As I understand it, every hour that there's a breakout session, it will be streamed. The majority of these, so this is directly ripped from the site here, 400 plus breakout sessions after conference conclusion, and breakout content including presentations and workbooks. If you go to that link now, you can even just go to tclive.tableau.com. The sign up automatically comes in at the end. Set it up now. Use your work email address if that's where you're going to be, so that as it's alerting you, you can just have it up in the background while you're doing your email, whatever you're doing. At least so you're hearing what's going on and you feel kind of engaged. If you can engage more than that, on the web, you can see the full schedule. I mentioned this earlier. You get the details here, so you get the hashtag. So you can't make it in person, but you want to know what people are talking about with regards to data plus women. Look for that hashtag out on Twitter. We're using Periscope right now to live video this experience. Maybe I'm going to use Periscope then, So if you're interested and you're not there in the building, don't think that that can limit you. Get outside your comfort zone if you're not on social media, or hang out in your comfort zone if you are on social media. And again, really look and leverage this website material. This is all free stuff. So if you can't go this year, this is what I would be doing if I weren't going. I would be working my butt off to see how engaged I can be, so that I know next year, if I'm still into Tableau, which you guys will probably all be, you'll be drinking the Kool-Aid like me, that this is what I need to do, this is what it takes, and this is what I'm going to gain from it. You can follow the Zen Masters. This is the exhaustive list of 2016 Zen Masters. They're all listed on the site. If you're on Twitter already, go find Andy Cotgrove. He is Tableau Evangelist Zen Master. He has a list of Tableau Zen Masters out there already, the members. So if you just subscribe to his list, you'll see all of those things aggregated in one area, so that'll keep you really organized. And then follow us. My Twitter is my name, @AnnUJackson, and then Michael's, he tweets under Phoenix Tub. I'm committing, and Michael is as well, to live tweeting lots of photos, lots of content, so really documenting, live blogging that experience as much as possible so that you guys can see it if you're not going, and then Periscope. So again, I'm pressuring myself, putting it on myself to beef up the content that's surrounding our community, and that's going to be by way of video with Periscope. And talking about community, I wanted to share with you guys a story about how powerful community is, and just how powerful and how great the Tableau community is in general. On my Twitter, I have a follower named Pamela Ann. She is in the veterinary science world. She lives in Boston. We've tweeted each other a couple times, like 4 times. The first tweet she interacted with me about was about certification. Fast forward to Monday, we were talking on Twitter about the conference, and she mentioned that the conference data was available. She was having trouble figuring out her sessions, and she didn't think that the app was intuitive to find what she needed to get her schedule together. I challenged her to make a viz of the data available, and she did. This is someone I've never met before in my life. She has no incentive to do this. Just pure passion and community drove her to make this visualization and put it up on Tableau Public for all of us to use. So again, this spotlights the community that we have and the community that we can grow and we can build. I encourage you to be a part of that.